Hey guys, it's Cap here. Um, as you guys know, if you were looking at the community tab or you're from the Discord, uh, Moose has been in and out of the hospital the last couple days, and if you weren't aware, um, I'm gonna give you guys a background of what happened, and then we'll get into what's going on. You can see she's home with us. She's right there with my son. So last week we had decided to switch Moose around to a healthy weight dog food. Um, just because Moose had just turning 5, and we thought that at 5 that's like half life for a German Shepherd, and it's time to start thinking about being more conscious on what she eats and her health and cutting back on the treats. But she the first day we gave it to her, she sniffed it and didn't want it, and I'm like, okay, she's just being picky. The next day she sniffed at it, just didn't want it, and that's when I started getting a little worried because I was thinking she really wasn't happy with the food. The third day she refused it. I decided to make her old kibble. We still had her old kibble. Tried to give her old kibble. She wouldn't eat it. So then I thought to myself that she was just having a stomach ache. So I made her chicken with rice. She ate the chicken rice and then immediately got sick. And that's when I started realizing something was more wrong. The next day, we called the vet because that morning she had drank a whole bunch of water and just puked up all the water. And that's when I was started worrying about her having a blockage, an intestinal blockage. And we took her to the vet yesterday, and they gave us the all clear, saying there was no blockage. The vet walked in, said, "Hey guys, good news. Looks like there's just some gas buildup in her GI tract. There was some swollen lymph nodes, but they said it could have been from infection, and that's why she's not feeling well. Her blood count was a little off, but nothing to worry about. They wanted to see her again in 2 days. They sent her home with nausea medicine so she'd stop getting sick. And she came home. We gave her meds. They said to try to feed her 2 hours after that. 2 hours after that, I took her water and chicken and rice upstairs to feed her, and she just wanted nothing to do with either. Um, I went downstairs to check on my son because he had just come home from school, and when I came back upstairs, she jumped up because somebody walked in the room and immediately collapsed. So we called an emergency vet, took her to an emergency animal hospital up in Pittsburgh, and she was stabilized. She was all right. Her breathing was fine. Everything was heart rate. Everything was good. But they re-looked at the X-rays and they took some new ones, and they noticed there was what appeared to be cancerous growths, and so they had to do a different type of X-ray, like a higher resolution image. So we decided to do that. We paid for that, and we took her back there this morning to have that done. And the images showed that she does have lymphoma. Um, we went there under the discussion to decide what if chemotherapy was a route we wanted to take or if we needed to transition into end life care. Um, it was a tough decision, but we had decided we were going to do the chemo. And when they took the scans up to the oncologist advised us that with the fact that it had spread to her GI tract, um, that even with chemo, the prognosis would only be, extending her life weeks. maybe months, not years. And chemo, I mean, it's hard on humans. It's not as hard on dogs, but to put her through that just to extend her life weeks was just a decision we decided we didn't, it's just not fair to her. So we decided that we were going to take her home with the steroids they prescribed her so that she could, live out her last days here. We'll be keeping an eye on her, making sure that, that, and when we see that deterioration, there won't be a hesitation. We'll know that it's time. You can see right now, she's just very tired right now. It's been a very long couple days, and she really hasn't eaten in days. The meds they gave us, they said should help her get an appetite back. But right now, she's just laying there. Normally, if I say her name, we can get her. Moose. Moosey. See? She knows. She's there. But, we're looking at days, not weeks. And, I just wanted to give you guys that update, and guess we'll give you a little backstory about Moose. Moose is 5. I got her from Mrs. Cap when back when we were just friends. She was actually married to a different friend of mine, and her dogs were having puppies, and I had just experienced a very terrible loss. My best friend had just passed away the week before, and my best friend had always told me that I needed a German Shepherd. She had grown up with German Shepherds and told me that I needed a German Shepherd in my life. And her name was Miranda, but I called her Princess. That was just her nickname for me. She was Princess. And after she passed and we found out that Miss Cap's Khaleesi was having pups, I knew immediately that I needed to get one of the shepherds, and 2 of them were born white, and I immediately claimed the white female just because it just seemed fitting. She's, you look at her, she's such a gorgeous dog. White shepherds you don't see all the time, and she's just, so I took Moose home, and we called her Princess in memory of Miranda, and we've had 5 amazing years with her. And feels like we're being robbed. I got robbed of my best friend before she even made it to 30. And now I'm being robbed of my best friend before she right when she turns 5. But the 5 years that I've had with Princess, with Moose, all the pain now doesn't take away how incredible of a life she's made for us. When me and Miss Cap are both going through divorces, our dogs, Miss Cap had Lady, who was Moose's sister, and she would arrange play dates for Moose and Lady, and that's how me and Miss Cap started hanging out more when we were going through our separations. And Moose brought us together. Moose gave us an excuse to spend time together, and led to this big family we have. It's all because of this white dog back there. She is the most amazing dog that I have ever had. Don't let the other 3 shepherds hear that. And honestly, guys, this community we've built, this community that we've built has been largely in part to Moose. I mean, Puppy Cam started years ago when it was just Moose. Moose would hop up on stream when she was a pup. Everybody wanted to see Moose. Even now, can't tell you how many donations we've gotten just to be like, hey, let's see the pups. Puppy Cam, Puppy Cam. Moose has had an impact on our lives, and I hope all of yours. Obviously, these next few days are going to be rough. As you can see, you guys have seen Moose on stream before. You know what's back there is not her normal. But we will decide when it's time. There won't be any hesitation. I just wanted to say thank you all for the messages, the prayers, everything. Moose knows that her family loves her, and she has a whole community on YouTube that love her. And YouTube is going to be a little bit sadder of a place without her in it. But we'll press on. That's what she would expect from us. In all honesty, we've spent thousands. We've gone into debt thousands these last couple days. There will be a GoFundMe down below in the comments. If you can donate, that'd be great. If you can't, that's fine. Just leave comments wishing Moose, talking to Moose. I'll make sure that I read her all your comments. She should know how much she's loved by everybody. It's going to be a really tough couple days for our family, and I'll try to give you guys an update a little later. But I try to keep the Discord updated pretty regularly, so if you're a member in the Discord, you'll be able to see that. But I will keep you all posted. But again, I love and appreciate all of you. All of your kind words the last few days have meant a lot. And like I said, just keep her in your thoughts and your prayers. She's going to be missed by a lot of people. All right, thanks guys. I love you all.